Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Unpredicted Party, the only Middle-earth TTRPG that will finally answer the question, why didn't they just take the Eagles to Mordor? And we are one step closer to answering that question. Around me, oh no, I am Don Marshall, known as the Obscure Lord of the Rings Facts Guy, and also your lore master. Around me are my internet friends. Say hi, internet friends.
Hi, internet friends.
Hello.
Having 8 of us here in the Zoom call has made for quite a bit of chaos. I hope you've all enjoyed it. A brief thing before we get started, a special thanks to our sponsor, The Rook and the Raven. If you like TTRPGs and you like taking notes the way Tori does, you can go to therookandtheraven.com for all of your awesome stuff. Thank you to, Zach, you've got yours too. Excellent. The system we are using today is the One Ring system made by Free League Publishing. A couple of special thank yous. Thanks to Sarah M. Shunky. She is at Sarah M. Shunky on Instagram for the artwork. The battle maps are done by Little Wit, the cartographer. The music is done by Cullen Vance. The scheduling is done by me. And the NPCs are crafted by my wife and I. And there are going to be a lot of them today because as we head into this second Council of Elrond, I counted. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 NPCs that I will potentially be playing today with the potential for 2 more. So,
do you have
is everybody ready? Yeah, of course I have voices for all of them.
Different accents.
Do you have like a box of funny hats that you could wear?
You know what?
Differentiate?
Ears of like varying size depending on how angry they are.
Hank's got his popcorn. He's ready.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go. And welcome back. When we last left off, the party had successfully killed Grima Wormtongue and collapsed Meadowseld, killed a Balrog, found Sauron in a cat, put a bell on him, went to Isengard, killed Saruman in a one-shot, Zach, freed the Blue Wizards Alatar and Polando, as well as Radagast, who had touched the Palantir, then made their way to out of Isengard to Dunharrow, excuse me. I'm leaving that in because why not? Made their way to Dunharrow, where they were greeted by a number of old friends, as well as the army of the Shield Maidens of Rohan and the Rohirrim, who have now combined their forces with Elrond and the elves, as well as several hundred Dunedain, and just a handful of dwarves, because Gloin and his company decided to come with Bilbo because it was really the only place that they could keep Bilbo safe if they were going to eventually leave Elrond to help support everybody. So, we're bringing the kid with us. Not that Bilbo's a kid, but you know what I mean. As a couple of quick reminders, because towards the end of every episode, I'm noticing a trend. Katie asks to do something dumb, and you unlock the secret thing that I don't plan on really telling all of you unless you roll Gandalf's, and she rolled 2. So Eowyn is chock full of information about exactly what you discovered. Now, a number of things that you discovered in Palantir Land. Number 1, Gwaihir is hanging out in the Dead Marshes as sort of like a staging ground for his assault. Shelob is his lieutenant or lieutenant, depending on where you live. There are a number of spider spawn, her children, that are going to be either hatching or combat ready within the next 2 weeks. You don't have an exact date yet, but it's around that time. And also, there was one more thing, and I've totally forgotten it.
I've got it.
Yeah, Tori. No,
Nazgul are in the place where humans go to be banished.
Yes.
That was spoken
That was
as well.
Yes, that was the other one. You also learned, after a couple of clues hidden throughout the last 35 episodes, Arwen and her brothers are going in the paths of the dead if they are not already there. Eladon and Elrohir followed them. Elrond is, however, still in this like staging ground area of Dunharrow. So kind of
Also,
unclear.
isn't Arwen knocked up?
Yes, Arwen is pregnant with Eldarion, the child that they have in the actual Tolkien books. I just, skipped a couple of years. All of that is to say, you all managed to, or rather, Eowyn managed to get this information. A couple of things I do want to point out because they are small, but they could potentially be important. Tori, you are holding on to Isildur's bones. You gave them to Beery when you discovered them. Beery,
Oh,
you
yeah.
also found a book, or excuse me, not a book, a diagram of some sort of contraption. You're not entirely sure how it works, though. So you're going to need insight checks to do that. I'll allow you to do that as many times as you want today. Tariel, you also discovered a book in a language you did not recognize. Oh, and also Halbarad was here. Hi, Justin.
Hi, how are you?
Doing well. You, in the face of the silence from the rest of the party, really kind of metaphorically and literally slammed the door into Nell's face at the end of last session after you found out what her group had been doing and having a direct connection to Gwai here. We are going to pick things up the next morning as as the sun rises, as dawn begins to set in, as the sun comes up over the mountaintops. You all find yourselves in a large green tent, almost like a mezzanine that you'd see at like a music festival. It's huge. There's a little bit of privacy. The flaps are closed to the entrances. But inside are all of you, as well as a number of NPCs, any of whom you can speak to. And they are Elrond, Glorfindel, Eomer and Theodred, Gloin, Bilbo, Alatar, Polando, and Radagast. Now, you are also aware, at least Beery is, that Gollum is around. Tariel, you would know that as well, and has somehow managed to sneak out of his bindings and then go back. Unclear to you all sort of how that has happened or why that's happened. And yeah, I think we're just going to go ahead and get started there. So we will say that as you are all sort of taking a look around, after Éowyn has told Katie, I'm assuming you'd have Éowyn tell Elrond basically everything.
Yeah, I think she comes clean, especially after like the Palantir stuff. And yeah, gives him like the whole overview.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, great. Justin, Halbarad brought the Palantir to Elrond. If it's all right with you, I'm going to say that Elrond is going to keep it, or are you going to insist that it is yours for now?
I'm gonna keep it on my hip.
Okay.
I just want to
do me a favor. Make a persuasion check for me. It's a low DC. I think he'd be cool with you holding it, but just
persuasion.
Yeah. Something I don't necessarily know.
I don't know how
I got
Elrond
0
would
dots.
feel. Oh, about entrusting such a powerful
Yeah,
thing
that's
to a
kind of
mortal.
what I'm saying. I'll let the dice decide though.
Does Elrond trust me or not?
Make a
We've
persuasion
been
check. Let's
traveling
see.
forever.
Yeah.
About to
Okay,
find out.
D12, correct?
D12. Yep.
That's an 11.
It's an 11. Okay. Your target number is higher than 11, correct?
Persuade. Yes, my target number is a 12.
Okay.
Bullshit.
I'll say you are at least next to him. It's not necessarily on your hip, but it is sort of covered in sort of a mound on the sort of you're all sort of standing around or sitting around a large round table to discuss. And he looks at all of you and says, strangers from no, I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that again.
Negative 50 to
Yeah, I couldn't resist. I could not resist. No, he's going to look around at all of you and say, many of you heard the commotion last night, the blood-curdling scream. For those unaware, this was Éowyn. She looked into the Palantir, however foolishly that may have been. It has gained us much knowledge. What we do with that knowledge remains to be seen. We must also ensure that this is not a trap. And you see Alatar speak up, and just so I'm not having different conversations with myself at any point, please feel free to interrupt. Alatar pipes up and says, we can trust nothing. For all we know, he was aware of her from the very beginning. I fear what may happen if we trust this knowledge.
And I ask, out of character,
Yeah.
how many other forces are gathered here outside of the tent? Like, how many people did Elrond bring? How many of my crew are still around? I can't really remember.
So your crew, you've got Rayval and the 11 other folks
Right.
with you. Justin, Halbarad brought several hundred. I want to say it's like
All
500
of
or
them.
600. Yeah, it's like 500 or 600 Dunedain, and you met a little more along the way. So I'm giving you that range there. And then a couple hundred elves as well. So it's not huge. A majority of the forces is going to be the Shield Maidens and the Rohirrim. So you've got several thousand, but you've not yet asked the number yet. If you would like to in character, you can do so.
Oh, yeah. And okay. So the Rohirrim are also, okay. I'm trying to remember how many
Yes.
of the Rohirrim, because a bunch, okay. Okay. That's right. We sent them on ahead here.
Mhm.
Okay.
And you have your forces that are either going to Lothlorien, Tariel, or
Right.
going to Gondor to assist.
We haven't made that determination yet. Or have we? I've lost track. So I've got my,
No, sorry. You sent all of your army along with
right.
Thranduil's other commander. So those are going to be several thousand
Yeah.
elves that are currently either in Gondor or on their way, depending.
Okay.
on
I remember that now. Sorry. It's been.
No, you're good. You're good. I mean, it's
been a
been
minute.
several weeks since we played.
It's
So
been a minute. Okay.
yeah, that's why we're here.
Okay.
All
Still
right.
wrapping my brain around that.
That's okay.
Carry on.
All right.
Halbert's going to pipe up at Alatar's snide remarks towards Eowyn and say, Gwahir may have expected the touch and sight of a wizard, or potentially an elf, but in no deepest part of his mind could he have predicted the touch of a human. I highly doubt he was prepared for that. I believe that what Eowyn saw was true.
Be that as it may. And he kind of sits there for a second. I hesitate to put my trust in visions.
You're a wizard. Your entire job is visions.
Eowyn, she
Real
just
quick.
points to her face. She's like, "Does this look like a vision?" Like, it's getting tore my face up. Like I was there.
Yeah. Halloweth,
Yeah.
Eowyn, make insight checks for me.
Had dice and I lost them.
I don't hit my target number. I rolled horribly.
Okay.
not quite an eye of sour, but it might as well have been.
Oh no.
Yeah, I had 4d6 with that, and I got a measly 12.
Oh no.
2, 1, 3, 3, 3.
Oh, not great.
No.
Katie.
I got a 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not amazing.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah.
Okay.
As far
Strong
as you can
start.
tell, Alatar is just angry. I mean, he's
That
this
tracks.
whole situation has his sort of blood boiling. It is around this point that Gloin pipes up and says, regardless of what specifics may have occurred overnight or been discovered overnight, it does not change the fact there is an army and we have to go defeat it. The question now is, how do we do that? And I think I speak for everyone of my kind when I say that's what we're here for, right? And looks around at everybody.
Well, we have many allies at our back. Those that have gathered here. We also have the armies of Mirkwood that I need call them and they shall arrive.
Have we any word from Gondor?
Glorfindel pipes up at this point and says, no, none. We have sent many ravens and hawks. None have returned.
I guess we can only suspect that it is being held by the enemy then.
My heart tells me that what you say is true. I'm sorry.
That's unfortunate.
So then we cannot count on animal messengers to bring us news. One of us or some of us must go ourselves.
Nowhere south of the Rohirrim anyway.
This is when Eomer also pipes up. And just as a reminder to everybody, since it's been a while since we've played, Eomer is still not looking good. It's only been a few days since he was rescued from Edoras, and he was beaten and tortured for months. So he's not looking great. But in his sort of feebled state, he sort of slams his hand down on the table as hard as he can for someone that's so injured and goes, "If my homeland is under attack, I would see it protected. Gondor has been our friend and ally for many generations. Yet if they are already lost, let us save what we can here."
But how are we to challenge Gwaihir if we cannot pass his armies? If they hold, we must have Gondor.
Does Gondor even still exist?
One way to find out.
We can always take it back. Yes. And push from there.
We are running out of lands and we are running out of time. Soon there will be nowhere for us to go.
I laugh.
I shoot a dark, curious look at him.
We.
Are you not of these lands?
I know you aren't.
Excuse me?
We have a lot more skin in the game than you guys. We don't have a plan B.
What does that mean?
Glorfindel pipes up. I believe, Lady Toriel, he is referring to the Undying Lands.
If we were to go to the Undying Lands, we would already have gone. Mortal, my people have been here since before your grandfathers, 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 grandfathers. These are our lands as much as they are yours. If you would have no part in this council, by all means. She gestures to the exit.
They said the same thing to me before they left. Half of where's Elrond from? What's that? What was it called?
Rivendell.
The place. Half of Rivendell already left. Refused our call.
Elrond pipes up in a moment and says, "It is true. My people are leaving." Damn it, that's 6 HP off the final boss. Come on.
He says that?
Mhm,
Yeah, he says that
Yeah.
to Gandalf in Fellowship.
mhm. Yet, we remain, dear Halbarad. The elves before you would have left long ago if they did not think that this was partly their home as well, even if it is a small part. I know you do not believe me, but... And she just kind of looks away, like she doesn't know how to finish the sentence.
Halbarad, so tied are we to these lands that as they die, so do we. We leave only because we must. And yet here we remain.
Small price to pay for an elf. I would like everyone's here, right? Can I ask Beery a question?
Yeah.
Always.
And I guess Gloin can answer this too. What is the deal with the forces of Erebor? Where do they stand?
Beery's currently working on something underneath the table. Perks up, kind of half in and out, and you'd have to ask Glowing, my friend over here. It's been a while since I've been home.
There's a lot of dwarves. Am I mistaken in thinking that you're also from Erebor?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, definitely. Proud Ereborian is what we call ourselves.
Can I call
Glowing.
bullshit? Is this true? Is he bullshitting me?
Okay, so I'm gonna Beery, are you trying to make an insight check, actually, Halbert?
There you go. Let's see
yeah.
insight.
Yeah.
Insight.
Yeah, he's trying to deflect the question to Glowing.
That is a 12.
Gandalf?
That is a 12. I will take a picture right now.
I believe you. I believe you.
Justin,
Yeah.
he is 100% deflecting once Erebor comes up.
Okay.
Yeah, Gloin, you were there most recently. What's the news of our forces?
Are they your forces?
Well, technically, no. That would be Dane, Ironfoot, King under the mountain. And I assume he is partnering or allying himself with the men of Lake Town and Eriador. And actually, no, hang on.
Didn't Thronduil go that
I
way?
was just about to mention that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't heard from his people in a minute.
Hmm.
If someone would like to bring that up right now, they can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sanel
someone.
is going to bring that up, actually.
Okay.
She says, the armies of Mirkwood were heading north to aid you as well. Last we left them.
I'm sorry, lass. I must have cotton in my ears. I thought you said that King Thranduil was on his way to my home.
It's true.
He
No,
is.
it's true. Yeah,
It looks at you, Barry.
yeah. We've made great friends. I always heard he was kind of a stick in the mud. You know what I mean? But he turns out to be an excellent chap. So we were there. He was a right bastard at the beginning, and then all of a sudden he was like great. He all of a
Well-
sudden was smiling. All of a sudden he was just a great sort of friend.
What
Out
on
of the
earth?
blue.
What on earth did you do to get him in your good graces enough to raise his army for
Hey,
the?
honestly, I feel like it was a little bit of dwarven charm. You know what I mean?
Oh, Barry, don't get me wrong. You're a right proper lad, but you're not that endearing.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Is he not
Oh?
endearing?
No, Barry really charmed him. He was won over by the dwarven spirit.
I
More
confess-
in more senses than one. Both Barry's smile and liquor. It was marvelous to see, honestly.
I confess I've been charmed by a dwarf or two in my day.
All right then. Tariel, you see Gloin look up at you. The war flashbacks that you've seen in his eyes over the last 15 seconds have been very much present. This perks his interest. Right. Well, the world is changing then, it would seem. There is so much to discuss. Master Grimbjorn, what of your people? Because apparently my own are allying with the elves, or perhaps the shapeshifters allying themselves with the ants, the termites of the ground.
Termites of the ground.
It was a bit of a stretch. It was the first thing I thought of. I'm sorry. Are your people shapeshifted? How many of them are you? You're massive. Having many like you on our side would be a great boon.
The ones that weren't called south will align themselves with this cause.
Right.
But do we know that for sure?
Yes.
How many? How many exactly? If there was a number that we could.
Most of the elders or the older folk didn't feel the pull south. When Gwyer first put out his call and we weren't sure what it was, all of us changed into our bear forms, and the younger ones, they didn't change back right away and they went south to investigate. And that's when all the elders changed back and I chose to follow. And that's when I got captured. But Grima and this, we won't go there.
Grimbjorn, go ahead and make me an insight check.
Okay. Insight. That is 15.
That beats your target number. Alatar is looking at you curiously. And it is around this time Elrond pipes up and says, there are many forces still scattered about Middle-earth, but we must focus on what we know now. Eowyn's, I was going to say escapades, but I didn't want an alliteration. Eowyn's holding of the Palantir provided a great boon for us if the information is true. I have seen into her mind. I believe her. And glancing at Alatar in this moment. The question now is, where do we go from here? It is not one person nor one kingdom that will decide all of this. We must all reach a consensus, for we are stronger together.
Your daughter as well. She left to look for aid as well, correct?
So it would seem, and my sons foolishly followed after.
She knows of the past. She knows that there is something there. That there are these human souls. I know not what human souls they are. But there's something there. What is it?
Around this time, you hear Theodred pipe up and says, "They took the pass through the mountains. Your children," almost like in dead shock. That mountain is evil. And Elrond just sort of holds up his hand and says, "Many years before your time, Theodred, a king broke a promise after he had sworn an oath. And so, the king of Gondor cursed them, never to sleep until her oath is fulfilled. But only the heir of Isildur could free them. But the heir of Isildur is dead."
The way is shut. It was
Indeed.
made by those who are dead, and the dead to keep it. Until the time comes, the way is shut.
It's an extra like 50 or so.
Yeah.
No, I'll just
Totally
add the
beat me
stamp.
to it. You
I'll add
totally
the
beat me
Yeah,
to
stamp.
that
it.
was-
You
that
were
was
so
excellent.
mad.
Tanel says,
No, actually, no. Howlett's going to say that because that is actually written, and he may know that. Can I make a lore check to save that? Because Howlett may
Yes.
know that inscription.
Well, and I was going to say,
That's what I was thinking you're doing.
I think
Yeah.
I passed a lore check the last time because I remember Tariel asked Elrond, like, does
did.
Arwen have the sword? Does
Yes.
she know? And he said hopefully. Or yes, right?
Hopefully. I think I said I hope so. Yes, Halloweth, go ahead and make a lore check. Tariel, in the midst of all of this, you remember the ancient stories of this cursed people, rumored to be somewhere within the White Mountains, south of Mirkwood. Halloweth, what'd you get?
I beat my target number by 10.
Okay. You, for the sake of ease, we'll just say you are aware of everything that the curse involves. Malbeth the seer having this prophecy that these people being cursed would only be freed once the heir to Isildur has created the binding pact, and so then they fulfill their oath. It's unclear to you, though, whether or not a yet unborn child would somehow be able to fulfill that kind of prophecy, which you would gather from that lore is not specified in that vision.
well, Tanel actually pipes up after Elrond is finished and says, if there is no heir, what if we bring them Isildur himself?
Hang on, I need to figure out who's going to respond here.
I was literally just gonna ask, like, wait a second.
Do they want their king back?
That is fantastic.
That's
Mhm.
so
Good
good.
bones.
That's
Beer doesn't know what it
so
is.
Good.
It's been killing me.
Glorfindel is going to pipe up and say, Tanel, Isildur has been dead for thousands of years.
Eerie, that box that I gave you
Yeah.
in Saruman's tower, do you have it with you, or could you go get it, please?
Yeah. I'll be right back. And just through the tent.
Thank you.
Goes to get it. You come back a minute later with a small chest in your hand.
Kind
I-
of he beelines to Tanel. Do you mean this bag of bones?
That's why I asked you to be very careful.
Oh yeah, we never explained to him what
No.
that was.
No, we
in
just
a bag?
Carrying around a
We're
box.
just like-
as a character and player, if we mentioned that, I was afraid something was terrible was going to happen to it. So Tanel takes the box and sets it in the middle and just takes the top off and sets it down.
Everyone peers into it like you know how everyone's like when you set something on the table you try and get a closer look. You see Elrond real quick look up faster than anyone else at the table, looks down, picks up the skull, looks back down in, picks up the little brooch necklace thing that is also in there, puts them back.
Saruman was holding it. If he can be returned to his final resting place, I think that would give us a great deal of aid.
His final resting place was a river not far from this land, but
Then his home, then Gondor. Then we take it to these. It is a fool's errand, but I think it might be worth trying.
Theodred pipes up and says, "But we are not in Gondor, the spirits, that we are in Rohan." And Tinel, make me a lore check, please.
Yeah. Where is my... Ooh, favored, baby. There is a 6 in there, but give me 1 second to do some math.
Take your time.
23.
23. With a 23, I will say that you know that when this curse was put upon this group of people, Rohan didn't exist yet. Relatively speaking, it is a newer kingdom of humans, similar to Dol Amroth, the areas in the kingdom or the fiefdoms south of Minas Tirith, something similar to that. But you would remember that this area used to be Gondor.
Okay. So she said, okay, so she says, at least let us bring them their king. It may sway them to aid us and to bring them back to Gondor to fulfill their promise.
Eowyn, you are aware of this mountain. You are aware of the curses that are there, and the idea of anybody that you know going in pretty much means certain death to you. I'm going to go ahead and ask you to make me an awareness check right now.
Okay. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
16. On a 16, you would still feel nervous, I think, hearing your friends wanting to go inside the mountain pass, but knowing they might not come back out, given everything you know.
Okay.
Can I ask a... Oh, go ahead.
No, you go, Justin.
No, can I ask a dumb question?
Yeah.
Is this a situation where the lore is saying it's certain death, or is this a situation where Don is saying it's a certain death? You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, no, I got you. So it's how would I describe this?
You know how like in Dungeons and Dragons,
It
like their
hasn't gone
armor
well
is
for-
impenetrable, but it's
It
like,
hasn't gone well for anybody else who's ever tried.
Yeah, so there was previously, and I think Eowyn, you would probably also know this as well. I won't make you make a lore check. We'll just say you know this. There was a previous son of a king of it was either Gondor or Rohan. I forget his name off the top of my head. Yeah, Rohan.
It was Prince Baldur.
G-
I had it up just to be sure.
Brilliant.
I've got it up.
Obscure Lord of the Rings facts lady here. Thank you, Charlotte. Yes, so Baldur went into the paths of the dead and was never seen again. It's less a me thing, and just to clarify, the way Peter Jackson did it in the movies is very different than how it happens in the books. There's a group of humans that come with Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli. It's the Dunedain, the members of the Grey Company. And essentially, by the time that they have gone all the way through, Gimli is gasping, crawling on hands and knees, and completely blind. And Tolkien describes it as the only reason that Gimli and the rest of the Dunedain were not immediately like murked or lost their minds is because Aragorn was such a great leader. So
Isn't
I think
Halbarad also there? Wasn't Halbarad in the Grey
Hal-
Code?
Halber- yes, Halbarad in the books was also in there. So yes, he was there. However,
Oh, shit.
the only reason everybody is still alive is because of Aragorn. And Tolkien makes very special note that mortals who go in there are going to struggle a lot.
Just because it's hard doesn't mean it's
Yeah,
not
it's
worth
so yeah.
accomplishment. Okay.
Yeah.
The way I see it, we have immediate problems that need to be addressed immediately. I know people have said we are stronger together, but I think we may be stronger separately. The one task that needs to be accomplished right now is slaying those spider eggs before Gwaihir's army gets stronger. The second task, right?
At this point, you're going to see Glorfindel, or no, you're going to see Alatar pipe up and go, "You cannot hope to bring a horse cavalry through the dead marshes. They are a barren wasteland of water and muck. It is folly."
Afraid to get a little wet. I would like, and who says we'll need horses? We do it swiftly and quietly and put a real dent in Gwaihir's army, because if those eggs hatch, we are fucked. Second
many
task that needs to be accomplished.
Alatar pipes up. "How many eggs are there, Halbarad?"
Too many.
"So you don't know." "Exactly. Stay silent."
Who said that? Who said that?
That was Alatar.
Alatar?
Alatar.
Stay silent?
Stay
Okay.
silent.
Say that again.
Nell kind of like
I will
smirks
put
and
you
is
in
like,
I will put you in a crystal, you motherfucker. I will kick you off a cliff and send you down to the undying lands myself, where you will die a horrible death. I know you can't die in there, but I will figure out a fucking way to kill you there. Anyway, what was I saying?
I don't know.
I would advise against.
Yeah,
I would
go ahead.
advise against the dead marshes. As any force of size, it is a surefire way to lose an army, quicker than famine, quicker than disease. It's
Who says we're bringing an army? We just need to figure out a way to damage that, because we have 2 weeks. That's a ticking clock. We don't have time. That needs to be addressed
I
immediately.
agree that the eggs should be destroyed as swiftly as possible. An army through the dead marshes is not the way. Barry,
So
you-
maybe a small company, maybe explosives.
Barry, what do you got?
How? Surefire, yeah. How marshy are these marshes? Are we talking a lot of water, or just like little
talking
bits
of-
of mud?
We're talking you would be submerged if you fell in, and then taken by the spirits of a battle long before.
I
You
ain't
see,
afraid of
back
no
in
ghost.
Erebor, we use a lot of oils for lighting and things like that, and it floats on water. You never put. You learn when you're a young dwarf, and there was like an oil fight. You never splash water on it because it'll only spread and it'll go kind of crazy. I mean, what we could do is fill a bunch of clay jars full of oil, and rig it all up to go, and then.
Fury, I just an arrow. Erwin will like kind of. She's been thoughtfully listening this whole time. She's like, Beery, to be very clear, you're not talking about burning the dead marshes, are you?
I mean, they're already dead.
They won't miss it.
Honestly,
Beery.
I don't have a counter to that.
Barry, can I do can I do a lore check or something on the dead
Yeah,
marshes?
well, what are you trying to find out? What are you trying to find
just
out?
I wanna like help Beery and the others understand like what the dead marshes are.
You've never seen
like,
them.
Yeah, he's never seen
you
them.
know what
No.
I mean?
Oh
Like,
yeah. You know what? Yeah, go ahead and make me a lore check. This don't tell me what you roll, not if you beat your target number. I don't think this would need to.
Okay. Well, that was Gandalf.
Oh, okay. So okay.
Oh,
On a
yeah, and then a 6 and a 3 and a 2. So I'm okay.
fantastic. All right.
Yeah.
I will say this, Tariel.
Tariel scouted the marshes in her day.
As the wheels are turning, you seem to remember the dead marshes already has wisps of fire peeking up from the ground.
Uh-huh.
And there are a number of bogs that, for all intents and purposes, for the real world, we would know as like methane pockets or natural gas things that over thousands of years have decomposed and are now aflame within this miles-long former battlefield turned boggy swamp.
You
Mhm.
could you could basically nuke
But-
the marshes if you set a fire.
Well,
A
I mean,
small
but
group.
if that were the case, then they would have gone up and fired a lightning strike.
No, we need oil.
What is the problem? What do you fear?
Why are we trying to burn the dead marshes? That's what I, Charlotte, am not
Because
clear
the
on at this
spider
point.
eggs are there.
Strategically,
The spider eggs are there.
Are
And
they there?
are they there?
And
Have we heard
I
that they're
thought they
there?
were in.
So
because the spider eggs, right?
All
the-
I've
the
heard
way-
is that
the way-
Shelob has laid a bunch of eggs.
The way it was described was that the spiders will be ready in 2 weeks. You would only know from, we'll just say for the sake of ease, you've all shared your stories and Eowyn has sort of shared what has happened. It was not specified whether the spiders are in the dead marshes with that sort of staging ground area or whether or not they are elsewhere. You don't know where they are. And it's around this point, Eomer pipes up and says, I fear our horses will not be able to go over bogs, but we can certainly stampede anything. How large are these spiders, Eowyn? How big were they?
Eowyn like pauses thoughtfully. She says, depending on the size of a man, about the size of a man.
Eomer considers this for a second, looks over at Theodred. Theodred does not look happy at that information.
We have some experience with the granddaughters of Ungoliant in my lands.
So we
I
blow
would
them
not
up.
want to face them in these evil realms.
What are you afraid of?
Spiders.
Seriously?
Spiders.
I mean, they're really
almost
big
spiders the size
spiders.
of men. Not my. It wasn't. Being in Isengard is low on my list of happy memories.
The spiders
Okay.
that I have confronted are but shadows of those that Shelob will produce. If you would like to take your forces and meet them, Halbarad, by all means. You seem very, very brave.
Mm.
It is around this time Elrond pipes up and says, Lady Toriel, our forces combined are stronger together. We must meet them as a
No.
united front."
Let another elf abandon us.
And Alatar holds up his hand. Peace, all of you. Separation. Maybe. And you see him kind of twitch a little bit. And he considers for a moment. Perhaps if we cannot meet them head on, we strike from many ways. We can decide where to meet and when to meet and where to stage our attacks. The cavalry, the elves, the Dunedain, all of this can be decided here and now.
There will need to be a distraction of some kind to sneak up on Gwaihir, that much is certain.
Would blowing up the dead marshes be a good distraction?
That's if you can do it, Albarad.
We
If
do
we
need
can,
the
we do it. Oh,
The
go
dead
ahead.
marshes are not simply an unpleasant pool of filth you can trot your horses through. These are days of stinking reek of flies and corpses, and the Valar only know men go there to die.
It's
like-
around this. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Halowith.
No, as I was making a snarky comment, but Halworth kind of looks around and says, "It is theoretically," and he looks at Barry, possible, and quite honestly, it would remove a blight from this earth. But I don't believe that it is a job for an army, nor is
Small group.
Mhm.
a small group of willing participants, I suppose. But there is more pressing matters than just shield eggs. There are
Flubberworms. I knew exactly what you were going with this. I've been thinking about it.
Oh boy, Howard looks around worriedly, like this is all not time for my awful joke to really come to the fore after years of this.
So far we have ghosts, we've got spiderlings, we have animals, and sometimes bears, sometimes not, and now the flabberworms. We are backs against the wall.
Well, yes, but we perform best with our backs against the wall, and never mind all the creatures, both terrifying and mythical.
No. Halloween,
No, I really don't want to go into this.
if you have encountered new creatures,
Hmm.
you would do well to tell us.
But stories, terrible gnashing teeth in the darkness. They fly overhead. You hear the leathery wings as they whizzed by. They have plagued my dreams relentlessly.
Insight
Legend.
check.
Okay. Halloweth, make an
Well, that's-
insight check.
Well, on whom?
Are
On
fucking
Beery.
flubberworms real?
On Beery. Make an insight check
yeah.
on
Insight check on
Beery.
Barry.
Let her rip.
I would like to add, because this worked for her the last time when she was letting the others in on the joke, Tariel will switch to Cinderin while acting very as though she is describing something quite fearful.
Tell him.
Will say, I fear that our friend here has fallen prey to a jape that perhaps has outlived its life.
I wouldn't say that. It is just inappropriate for a council of war. But the
Elrond
Jade
is
very,
Go-
very appropriate and
My
present.
Lord Elrond, go with it.
oh my god. All right, Halloweth, would you get on your
I thought. Why is he an inside check for me?
or no, I'm sorry.
Halberad.
That was Halberad. What did you get on your insight check?
Let's see. Insight? Do I even have insight? Jesus.
Don't think I gave you any insight.
I have 2 dots in insight. Thank you very much.
Oh, excuse me.
Don't doubt me.
I
Target
always
See it,
number
Justin?
is 16. I got an 11, a 4, and a 6.
Oh, okay. So far as you can tell, Beery has been haunted by these these creatures that are.
But I beat my target number, right?
Yeah, I know. But and you believe him because Beery believes it. That's the problem. However, to
Justin,
Tariel,
nightmarish.
Fury has no idea he's the butt of a joke. No,
No
clue.
This is Lovecraftian.
in Cinderin, Elrond will reply, glancing at Glorfindel and go, Tariel, now is not the time. Let us move on. Very
Tell
well.
that to him.
Elrond is going to put his hands down on the table. Very well. Our options are before us. We have, so it would seem, Isildur's bones. We have the spiders to contend with. Glances over at Tanel. Real quick, hang on one second, Barry. Glances over at Tanel. You found these in Isengard, yes?
Yes.
Did you find anything else?
There were several other items that, and she kind of looks to the rest of the party, but this is the one my mind occupied the most time with.
Oh,
Oh God.
for those listening on the podcast, Beery has pulled out, or Max has pulled out, I assume, some sort of thing of paper.
Schematic.
Yeah,
But
schematic.
I haven't had a good chance to look them over or anything, but he slaps the schematics that he found in that kind of weird laboratory and opens it across the table. What do we see?
Okay, so in spreading it out, you would all see a schematic of some kind. It's large. It uses runes that even the elves do not recognize, showing a kind of a tube looking thing with a number of contraptions and gears and calls for various components that you because it's in a different language, are not quite understanding. I'll allow anyone here, and we're going to make a group check, and then I'll roll for the NPCs.
Ooh.
Everyone here can go ahead and make an insight check for me, please.
Can I do like a craft check just to see like how
For
things
this one, no.
Oh.
The craft is going to be the actual making of it.
insight or
But
awareness?
You got a
in-
Gandalf.
Okay, so that's one Gandalf.
I
All
hit my
right.
target number.
Okay, so that's a Gandalf and a target number. That's 3 passes. Does anyone else succeed?
Yeah, I
Yes.
just hit mine.
Okay, Tanel.
He doesn't have
Succeed by
insight.
2.
Eowyn. Okay. Beery, do you succeed?
No, he doesn't have insight.
Okay, so
because
that's
he has no
one.
dots.
That's one failure. Halowith.
I usually
Oh,
don't
that
either.
Fail. Halowith failure. Halbarad.
I didn't pass my target number.
All right,
Not even
so-
close.
So 3 failures, 5 successes. Wait, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 failures, 5. Oh, right, because we have the Gandalf. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just roll a d12 for all of the NPCs combined. Right, it'll be
Mhm.
it's a 9.
Hey.
Good start.
You see Bilbo chime up, sort of picking himself up, standing on top of the seat that he's in. Oh, these are runes of the Harad. It is a weapon. It is a weapon of some kind to expel objects with an explosion. I cannot make out all of what it says, but it is fascinating. It is ancient as well. And he kind of tries to take a peek at it, and a part of the schematic at the tip just kind of falls away. It's very brittle to the touch. He says, with enough time, perhaps we could decode this, but I do recognize those runes, yes.
How do you know this?
I've adventured many places, not the Far East or the South, no, but there are a number of things I have educated myself on. Ancient tongues, it's an interest of mine. The libraries in Rivendell are quite extensive.
You have
What a
always been full of
breakthrough.
surprises.
Yes, well, I have my moments, Lady Tario.
What language is this?
So far as I can tell, and he looks around, it is an ancient rune script of the Haradrim. I wonder.
Remy, it's a sign.
The what?
The Drimmy.
The what?
The Haradrim.
Oh,
Hmm.
oh,
United, yes.
are they? Do they call themselves that? Is that true?
They do.
Oh,
They do now, as of right now. They do.
No,
Ah.
you told me this, Halloweth.
Are they human?
they are. Yes, they are.
Halloweth is losing track of how many. How
All
many
the
gen-
pranks he pulled on him.
It's all catching up to you at this one point.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
they could be
Stop messing.
allies.
Well, if I've ever seen a friendly Haradrim, I've
No,
certainly missed
we've
it.
met one. I don't
What?
know if he's friendly, but yeah, we've met one in the caravan.
We did indeed meet a Drimmy.
Yeah.
He was somewhat helpful, and we allowed him a peaceful passing.
Historically, they have not been fond of the peoples of the North and West.
Indeed.
But what
Hmm.
about the animals?
Well, the bigger the better as far as they're concerned.
The Haradrim are known for their use of war creatures, giant beasts. They are known in these lands as oilifants, but they are massive, four-legged, long noses, and great towers and engines of war on their backs. Deadly archers. I hesitate to. Yeah, I shudder at the thought of even considering that they have sided with the enemy, yet it is not impossible.
They
I
have long enmity with these lands.
I believe their beasts have, unfortunately. That is what we learned the Haradrim are just the people now.
That's all
That
we
means they're
need.
just as desperate as we are.
Agree. No, I agree. There
Hierarchy
is
of power, though.
Don't we
Alatar
all?
Alatar is going to pipe up and say, yes, but would any of the humans, glancing at you, Grimbjorn, and Eowyn, and your brother and cousin, how likely are humans to trust each other given the years of amity?
Do I hear Tario laugh?
Yes.
Okay.
Judging by this council, it is strained to say the least. But we can't rely on or really think about the Haradrim siding with whoever. It's again, we have armies. That's not really the problem. We've proven here and now that we have united many peoples all across Middle Earth. It's now time to decide what to do with them all and where each party is going.
Alatar is going to pipe up. I agree. A separation may be necessary. We cannot hope to unite all the free peoples of Middle Earth. And you see he kind of twitches again. Hallowith, go ahead and make an insight check for me.
What is this guy? Gandalf. With 2 6s, we've just really turned it around to. Oh,
Okay.
What
Okay.
now?
Hallowith.
Yeah.
You and only you notice this. The small twitch that he gives, there is a sudden rush of what you would know to be the sort of magical energy that you have previously felt as you are using your power. And on a Gandalf, I will say that you notice that Radagast has been completely silent this whole time, and he is staring at Alatar.
What are the
been
wizards?
saying to kill him this entire time.
What are the wizards' thoughts on this matter? And he glances in particular at Palando and Radagast.
Palando looks at Radagast, and Radagast's his eyes, as you mentioned, immediately dart back to you, back to Palando, back to Alatar.
I'm staring at both of them, like, one of you speak.
Eowyn, sorry, you got something before I...
Yeah. Seeing this happen and having just had her encounter with, like, inside the Palantir,
Mhm.
do I notice anything about Radagast? Do I get, like, a vibe?
Make an insight check. Make an insight check.
You know, a vibe.
Yeah, insight checks are just vibe checks for
Vibe check.
fantasy worlds.
That's a 15.
With a
Beats it.
15, yeah, with a 15, after the initial notice with the Gandalf from Hallowith, you would realize it's not Radagast being cagey. This is his typical behavior you've seen in the last like day or two. But he's looking at Alatar, and there is a worry that crosses his face. Radagast, though, pipes up and says, and he kind of just keeps glancing down, seeming kind of unsure of himself, which is pretty typical for his demeanor. I believe that the wizards united are stronger together.
Oh, good. Excellent.
United for whom?
Do I
The
perceive
people's...
Do I perceive a but in that statement?
No, we were sent here to bring hope to the free peoples of Middle Earth, and we have, looks at Alatar and Palando, failed. None of you look at any of us with any inkling of hope or counsel or brave deeds. We can only do what we can. And I'll say, Eowyn, with a 15, you begin to sort of hear that fear in his voice. Halloweth, you would as well.
Radagast here, and he Howard stands up and he says, you seem shaken and dispirited. Allow me to brew you something, just some tea, you know. Okay. And he just Howard nods at the rest of the council. He says, I shall adjourn for no more than 5 minutes. I will be back accordingly. And he takes Radagast out, if Radagast is willing.
Radagast joins you. I will ask anyone else here to make insight checks.
I would love to.
I'm
Fascinated.
particularly interested in
Fascinated.
Seriously? Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me?
Tank, sorry,
Okay.
Tank, you were saying something? You're particularly interested in what exactly?
Yeah, I'm very focused on what the Blue Wizards have to say because
Okay.
they offered me
I-
something and I'm still on the fence of what.
Okay. Okay, we'll start at the top. Tanel,
16, beat it by 1.
success. Eowyn,
14.
also a success. 2 successes.
15 beat it by 3.
Okay. Toriel,
10.
that does not beat your target.
That's not going to
number.
beat it, no.
All right, so that's 1 failure. Beery.
So it's literally impossible for me to actually succeed at an insight check, but I rolled a Randolph.
Yeah, you rolled a Gandalf. Okay.
So
Oh,
take
you
that with what you will.
no, you rolled a Randolph. I just caught
Randolph.
that. Yeah.
You rolled a Randolph.
How have we not made that joke until just
I
now?
don't
know.
know.
Okay, 5-1. Halloweth, did you pass?
Oh, I'm making one as well.
Oh no, I'm sorry. You're with Radagast. Sorry.
Yeah.
Halberad. Pass.
I got a 22, and that beats my target number.
Okay. That is 6 successes and 1 failure. You would all watch this tense moment happen and realize that something is wrong and that Alatar is very much not as focused as he should be and is instead glaring daggers at Radagast.
Oh.
Halloweth, as you are bringing Radagast out, we'll come to you now, and then we will come back 30 seconds previously to the rest of the tent. Halloweth.
Get loose last night.
Halloweth leads Radagast to. There's bound to be like just a campfire or like.
Yeah, it's nearby. You're
Sure. I lead him down, and I say, the wizards so far, barring Gandalf, who has fallen, have notoriously not fulfilled their promise of their mission from whence they came to Middle-earth. Now is a perfect time for you to do so. What fears do you have? You are scattered anyway, but you are more timid and fearful than usual. I have seen the lines of magic around Alatar's being. Please, by all means, if you have any inclination, any possible knowledge on what is happening, please, I need to know now.
make a scan check for me.
No.
A scan check. That's bad.
I beat my target number by 5. That was lucky. I did not have a good scan.
There is a raven perched up in the tree, just above Alatar's shoulder, or just above Radagast's shoulder.
Can I vibe check the raven?
You can vibe check the raven, absolutely.
We're fucked.
I'm Sauron, but 2 6s.
Even so, with an Eye of Sauron. You look for a minute and think, oh, Rook's back. That raven that the wizards gave us all those weeks again. But you glance at no, it's just a raven. Okay. Radagast is going to look at you and say, you have no reason to trust me. And yet I ask you to.
I'm listening. And actually, he does. Halloweth does absolutely trust him at this point.
Don't listen. Simply follow my lead. And he walks back into the tent. We're going to cut back 30 seconds later or before as the two leave the tent. There is an awkward tension that is extra heightened because of the two leaving.
What did I get for my insight check?
Remind me what you were asking about.
You made all of us roll an insight check.
Yeah. There's something wrong with Alatar. Alatar is acting more hostile than you have previously seen him in the last day.
I think-
Is there a problem, Alan?
Sorry. Tank. Sorry, I saw you say something. What's up, Grimpion?
Grimbjorn's gonna look at Halberd and say, the thing about humans and us of mortal nature is that we can rally behind hope. Even though we know that our life here is short and these elves, they do kind of last forever and they have the choice to just get out of here if they want. But us knowing that we're here for a limited time allows us to rally together that much more fiercely. So, I'm with you, my friend. You can trust us.
Watching the
It
two
was
of
it
them-
was like more of like I sensed the offness and now I'm trying to like lock eyes and just say like we need to unite about what is here as a problem.
Mhm.
Okay. So what did Alatar do when I called him Alan?
Did you actually do that?
Yeah, I
Well,
did.
our friend Alan Tar.
Oh my god. When he responds to that by not saying anything and ignoring you, Eowyn, you had a point to make.
Yeah, so just as they leave, having to sort of experience the weirdness of this morning, I think Eowyn's gonna like get up from where she's been sitting and like kind of obviously just go position herself like at the tent flap, just kind of like, just having an ear closer to outside just in case for reasons.
Okay.
Magic Man. I was
What?
talking to you.
You were insulting me.
I was insulting you? You insulted me.
Then
Alatar, my friend. What plan do you propose?
he's gonna narrow his eyes.
Wait, could he talk before? Is that the-
Alatar can. Palando
I was about
cannot.
to say,
Palando
okay.
is the one that doesn't have the tongue.
Periwinkle,
He
you got
uses
something to say about this?
Alatar is gonna look at you, Grimbjorn, and say, for me to decide the road ahead would not be the design the Valar had for me. I am here to provide counsel and aid when needed. But a united force in the Dead Marshes could prove, for good or ill, there are many. And he kind of seems way more flustered, like he's reaching for something, and you kind of see that twitch again. And it's around this time that Radagast comes back in with Halloweth on his heels. Looks around and says, "Oh, my apologies. The nerves. They got to me."
It's
And
okay.
there is this silence. The silence around the tent where no one is speaking, as Eowyn stands by the door and Radagast, walking not towards his seat, but to Alatar. Halloweth, are you following?
Yes. I'm right behind him. He's not just walking, he's like his a bit like a Western, where like his hand is like hovering over action. Like he's
Yeah.
not
2, 3
doing
draw,
it,
yeah.
obviously, but he is
Ready.
very much ready.
Hank, where's your popcorn?
Oh, it's gone.
For those listening on the podcast, there was a big thing of popcorn coming from Ted. The rest of you would watch as Radagast and Halloweth walk past their seats as Radagast goes towards Alatar. And Halloweth, you would notice that Radagast sort of starts holding his hand out behind him and almost gesturing for you to take it in a very subtle, like, trust me moment.
Do we see that? Do we kind of see what's going on?
I
a
think
little
you
bit?
can. I think you might be able to, Grimbjorn.
Don't do it, Halloweth. His hand's
Alatar.
covered in bird poop.
Alatar, you were saying something. You couldn't quite get it out, my friend.
Yes.
You might as. So I'm trying to like really
Distract
get
him?
Yeah.
Make a
But
persuasion. Make a persuasion check for me.
17, and that beats my target number by 1.
With a 17, you watch Alatar almost try to glance, but the way he's glancing seems as though he's almost forcing himself to turn away. And in the instant that his neck turns, you watch as Radagast grabs your hand from behind him, Halloweth, throws out his arm. And you watch as Alatar is forced up out of the chair and back, and Palando grabs Alatar by the face and brings him down, holding him there. And Radagast, holding his hand out, says, I can sense it. I know you're still in there. And you would all hear Alatar go,
Ah, shit.
Yes. But if I go, Alatar dies.
And that's where we're going to take our 5-minute break.
No!
Damn it,
We've just
Don!
been blabbing the whole frickin' plan, all of our options.
We didn't decide anything.
Yeah, I know, but
He
he
didn't
knows
decide
all
anything. He knows where everybody is,
Oh.
though.
God.
He'll be going to the paths of the dead right
We
now.
have to go now.
Right now.
We oh my god.
I know.
The
We have to do
worst.
the immediate task right now.
And welcome back. When we last left off, Alatar had revealed that despite the few hints that I gave over the last few episodes, he has indeed been overtaken by Gwaihir, the Wind Lord. Halloweth didn't notice it the first time when he called him boy when he freed him, but that was the first one. I was like, oh, are they gonna get it now? It was a few episodes ago, but the only one to ever call him boy has been Gwaihir, and I just wanted to plant that seed in there. And just
bollocks. Okay.
yeah.
Oh, so we're really fucked.
Oh my God.
Let's find out.
So yeah. Okay.
Oh no, it's not just been lately, it's been the whole bloody time.
Oh my God. And he
Whole
commented
freaking
that
time.
you shouldn't be able to do magic, Halloweth. Like, he knows so much. I wrote that down.
And
no.
welcome back. I'm just kidding. I'm keeping all of that in because here we go. All right. So Alatar is currently sort of like T-posing, trying to conjure, and has just threatened to kill the body as Gwaihir inside his mind. Halloweth, I will allow you a reaction in the midst of what the two wizards are doing. You have a moment if you would like it.
Okay. Can I'm gonna support. I don't really know how to do. I mean, he's pretty restrained right now. I'm just gonna channel. I'm gonna channel all the possible power I have through myself into Radagast.
Okay, fantastic. Go ahead and make me a lore check.
With all my stuffs.
Yeah, listen, we bumped the number up.
Mildly, it's still my target number is still 20. So
sorry.
Likely 19. Okay. Oh, thank goodness, we're fine.
You're fine?
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay, fantastic. The
Yep,
rest of you would watch as Halloweth's body begins to kind of like surge a little bit as the whatever powers Radagast is drawing on, Halloweth gives over willingly. And Alatar, again, still T-posing, Palando removes his hand and silently cries out a little bit, almost as if he has been hurt. His hand is still up, and so is Radagast. And Radagast looks around and says, "It's him. It's Gwaihir. He knows. I don't know. I don't know what to do."
Can I draw my sword?
Tariel would like to draw her bow as well.
Ever.
Yeah, I draw my sword.
Okay, swords and bows drawn. You watch as Alatar looks down at all of you.
You with all your plans, you with all your schemes. I have already won. You cannot hope to stop me. Embrace the chaos. Isn't that right, Grimbjorn?
And you are going to watch as Alatar's hand begins to move forward. This is going to be a contested throw. I'll allow multiple people to do multiple things. But Grimbjorn,
Should we
please
like
go
roll
ahead.
for initiative or something?
Not quite yet, but I am
Okay.
going to need Grimbjorn to attempt to try and resist this spell. Let's see. Go ahead and make me an awareness check.
My baby bear.
Beery, what are you trying to do?
So Beery he doesn't have his hammer on him. He's at a friggin' council, and he was going to run underneath the table to pretty much spear tackle Alatar because he was acting weird.
Okay.
That does not no longer need to happen, but he's actually going to run and just tackle Grimbjorn out of eyesight, like behind the table, just to try and get him out of line of sight and just try and like form tackle this big dude.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Trying to save him.
Yeah. Being taken by surprise, I'll say Beery, make an athletics check with favor. Grimbjorn, make an awareness check for me.
Failed.
You failed.
Yep.
Okay, Beery.
Okay. Just give me a second.
I was gonna try and lop off Alatar's hand.
And what?
I was gonna try and lop off Alatar's hand, the one that he was like stretching towards.
Let's
see
see
how it
what
does.
we can certainly try that.
It's a success with a 19.
With a 19, Grimbjorn, you feel the beast within you begin to stir, but it is not before your knees get taken out from under you and you fall to the ground. Okay, so I'm gonna try and do this as fairly as I can. Is anyone with weapons drawn currently attempting to kill Alatar right now?
Yes.
Yes.
Kill, no, don't
Yep.
kill him.
What is
Listen,
there else
What
to
are,
do?
what are we? Yeah, what are we supposed
over
to do?
it. I don't know this guy. I don't care about this guy. We'll still have 2 wizards left. Fuck
No,
this
it's not
guy.
about Alatar, but we need to know what he knows.
Okay.
Take the hand.
Are you
the
actually
characters
talking
do.
like
Okay,
to us
hang
right now?
Hang on. Halbarad, Tariel, make me attack rolls.
Holy crap.
Tariel, okay. Fudge muffin in a
Oh,
oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
You roll an Eye of Sauron, Charlotte.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Shoot
I
myself
have
in the
4
face.
dots. I have
Can I-
4 dots, so that's a lot, right? That's
Yeah.
4 d6s.
Can I use
But
a
Tariel,
hot
in
point
your
or
defense,
something?
Yeah,
you're
you can.
firing around Palando and everybody else. Like,
Wait, but I can use a hope point?
You
Can I re-roll with that?
So technically, a hope point has to be called beforehand. However, you all haven't used it yet, but you do have the ability to use up a fellowship point to re-roll an Eye of Sauron.
I'm going to use up a fellowship point to
That has
re-roll
to
an Eye
be
of
that has to be a
Sauron.
group agreement. That's a fellowship point that everyone can use. Are we
So
all?
Halberd failed, and you
No,
failed.
I didn't. I didn't fail. I
Oh,
didn't even-
okay.
Halbarad
Okay.
succeeded. Charlotte failed. Charlotte, are you going to attempt to? All right.
I would like to try to do that again.
Is everyone cool with that consensus?
I didn't. Oh,
You're
go ahead.
vetoing it.
Vetoing?
No.
It's got to be.
That's him to live.
It's got to be a consensus between the 4 of you. I'm sorry. That's
Wait, who vetoed?
Me.
Halowith.
How?
Your shot goes wide. Halbarad, you watch. Hang on, because I got to make this roll. Hang on. All right. So
Okay,
that's a Gandalf. So the rest
For
of you would
whom?
watch as the sword that Halbarad is striking with gets knocked back in an instant as a shield forms around Alatar's entire body, and he rises a few inches up off the ground, very similar to the shield that Gandalf had against the Balrog.
I didn't get to attack.
It was negated by the shield and that Gandalf roll. Halowith, though, you are connected to Radagast, so I will allow you to act next, seeing this shield, if you would like to try.
The shield, if I remember correctly, around Gandalf had an opening at the kind of, it was like a bubble that was kind of circular and then it kind of came up around.
It's almost an upside down umbrella-ish, but it was also at the top
Right.
as well. Actually, wait, let me hang on because I might be giving you bad information. Let me just make sure, because I don't want to metagame too much, but Gandalf's shield. Okay, so in the movie, the shield is around his entire body, and it extends about 2 feet beyond. You have a moment.
Can I go underneath?
You can certainly try.
Okay. I'm gonna, oh boy. I'm gonna restrain him using, I'm gonna drag him down into the earth.
Using magic?
Oh.
Okay.
To prevent just so that he is completely constrained.
Okay. This is going to be a lore check. Ill favor, though. Actually, wait. No, hang on. No, you've got the wizards with you. Straight lore check.
Okay.
Come on, Al.
Okay, cool. 5, 10, 15, 20, 32.
Against all laws of physics that you know of, the humans and everyone else would watch as vines begin to grow up out of the ground and constrain themselves around Alatar. He's going to attempt, and that's 4d6. I swear I'm not making this up. That is another Gandalf with 2 6.
What?
Ow.
You watch as the vines burst into flames and begin to wither at your feet. I will allow Tinel and then Eowyn, and then we're going to get to the NPCs because they
I
are
was gonna
also
say, what
going
are
to
they
take some-
doing?
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, this is all happening in a split second. So
In and around is what.
Tinel.
I just don't even know what to do. I honestly think Tanel's just horrified. And is standing, like, she has her bow out, but it's not aimed, and she's just horrified and has no idea what to do.
Eowyn, you want to do one of your dumb things?
I would like to do one of my dumb things. TM. How, like, because I went over to, like, sort of like the tent flappy. How far away am I from Alatar, I guess, right now? Whoever is, yeah.
Yeah,
How far?
not terribly far.
Could I ostensibly pull out my sword and, like, basically just, like, kneecap him from the back? Also, my dog didn't like that very much.
Yeah. I don't know if you're that close. I don't know if you're that, if you're trying to do it like real quick, instantly.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're that close.
Okay.
Sorry, I like.
No,
it when
it's
you do
okay.
it,
It's okay.
but yeah.
Then I'll get closer. I'm gonna take a
Okay.
step, but it's
Okay.
a cool step.
Cool. You always specify that you do things really coolly.
That's because I assume that if people imagine me, Kate, doing it, it looks very not cool. So I like to specify that when Eowyn is doing it, it looks cool.
Okay, fair. Aomer and Theodred are immediately going to come to you and try and protect you as you begin to come closer, and are going to start holding you back. I am now going to make rolls for Elrond and Glorfindel. Ooh, that's an 11 plus 5.
If
plus
Elf
5.
Jesus can't help us out right now, I don't know what we're gonna do.
That is a 21 from Elrond. And, oh my gosh, 16, 17, and 18 from Glorfindel. The two of them are, hang on, let me just check my notes. Can I check my notes? Okay. Hang on. I got this. You would all watch as Elrond, and well, maybe not watch, but Elrond and Glorfindel are both going to look at each other, nod, and both draw their swords, and in a weird kind of elven magic, take their swords out, and Elrond, it almost looks as if he's trying to cast a spell, but you watch as his blade and Glorfindel's, you remember in Dune, the slow blade pierces the shield?
Penetrates the shield, yes.
Penetrates the shield. Thank you, Charlotte. It's almost as if he's trying to barely work it in through some kind of elven magic, but it is taking literally all of Elrond's strength and all of Glorfindel's strength to do it. Radagast is now going to go ahead and take a turn.
Come on, Radagast. Please.
He has my power as well with him currently as well.
What's up?
He has my power with him.
Oh, so he will roll with advantage. That's very good because he got a through.
That may
And
be
he
better.
just rolled a Gandalf.
Oh,
Yeah!
what in the
Thank you.
world?
Channeling
Finally,
his dead
Radagast.
comrade.
The
Channeling
chat
his
is
comrade.
hammered.
Oh, it's true they are.
You all watch as, stunned as he is, Radagast throws both of his hands up and strains himself, and you
Oh.
watch as, oh, no, go
My
ahead.
hand is wasted.
Oh, I'm sorry. He still has one of your hand. No, I'm sorry. He'll keep holding on to you with that one hand outstretched. And Alatar, again, just still standing there, having fought off pretty much all of your attempts to try and stop him.
What's one less wizard in the world?
And Radagast is going to continue to bring out his hand, and you watch as the tick that Alatar has been doing the entire time begins to continue over and over and over again as his mind begins to, and you hear him let out this blood-curdling scream that I believe only Grimbjorn and Halloweth would recognize, because you've both spoken to him individually. It becomes, it goes from Alatar's voice and becomes a, and it becomes this almost like ethereal shriek of pain. And he looks at all of you and goes,
It is too late. I have already.
and you watch as Radagast thrusts his hand onto Alatar's forehead, and Alatar's eyes close, and he falls to the ground, unconscious. Polando rushes to his side, looks up at Radagast. Radagast nods back. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I didn't know if it was true he was acting.
None of us saw it until now.
He knows. He knows everything. He could be coming here right now.
And we must move.
Where?
Our necessities and objectives haven't changed. They just need to be sped up. We still have the same problems as we did before.
Is Gwahir coming here right now?
We don't know.
We don't know. It's a guess that he knows where we are at least. That's out of character.
As you are all talking, you hear a and Alatar is awake. Eyes
Welcome back.
wide. Halloweth. Oh. Own.
We need you to tell us what you know, how you felt, what Gwahir may know, and very quickly.
We have very little time. The spiders are there. I'm going to go ahead and make, instead of doing this just for the sake of expediency, I'm going to go ahead and make a roll to see what Alatar remembers. This would be, what's this going to be? This is going to be an insight check. You want a very high number on this one.
Good question. So Beery knocked me out of transformation. Like that didn't.
Yes, you are no longer. You no longer feel it. I'm bringing the camera again. Okay. I wish I was making this up.
Holy cheers, chat! I hope you switched to water.
Woo! Hopefully, you'll remember this episode tomorrow.
Oh my god! I'm not typically a huge fan of when all of the NPCs get to do things, but I think in this case, I'm going to do
reward yourself.
I think I'm going to do the same thing I did last session. He tells you everything he knows, having been inside Gwahir's mind, competing with him, because, if you think about it like Theoden had no chance, right? He's not going to stop Saruman. But Alatar, there was a battle inside his mind for days. So here's what you've learned, all right, Tori. The Ents had a civil war. Some agreed to side with Gwahir, and some, and Katie, you would recognize this, decided to stay and remain either neutral or not move at all. Hang on. Sorry, I got to make sure I'm telling you. Okay, hang on. Oh my God. It's never the Gandalfs that I roll that create all of the problems, but here we are. Okay, yes. Entish Civil War. You also will learn that the spirit of Gwaihir inside Alatar's mind felt a pang of fear when you mentioned all of the things that you found inside Orthonk. Because there was the bones, there was the first schematic that you found, and then Tariel, there was your book.
Yeah, though I never got to mention that, but
that has not yet come up, but
yeah.
he mentions that. And then also, hang on, I gotta make sure. The Nazgul are in the paths of the dead. So you now have that confirmed. And you have about 8 days until all of the forces come out and begin their marches. That was the plan, was 8 days ago.
Where are the spiders? Are they in Mordor? Are they in the
spiders are in the Dead Marshes.
I fucking told you.
All right, Justin, we're lighting the marshes on fire.
All right. We need to split up.
Agreed.
Now.
I'm
going to the marshes.
I think
Who
that
will
is a
join me?
wise. I think that is a wise idea.
Don't all jump in at once.
May I offer a suggestion? We do not know the fate of Gondor, and we do not know how much land we have lost near Mordor.
Shit, wait, hang on. Sorry.
Wait,
sorry.
do we?
Maybe we do.
Alatar just
hang on.
Just
I knew I was forgetting something. I knew I was forgetting something. I'm so sorry. No, that's on me. That's my bad.
Pin in it. Put a pin.
There was
I've never heard of it. Too small and obscure.
Okay. Sorry. That is my mistake.
You're good.
I was not expecting the Gandalf, so I wanted to spoon feed, but no, with a Gandalf, I'll honor that. The forces of Gwaihir have indeed encircled Minas Tirith, have overtaken Orthonk, or excuse me, not Orthonk, Osgiliath.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a moment when Alatar loses focus, sort of trying to find the words to describe it. And he says, "It is almost as if the tower itself has been abandoned for a millennia. Trees and vines and moss grow on the white stone. It has been overtaken in a way."
Even, oh my God, dude. Is it even worth it to go to the marshes or just go straight there? Or to Gondor?
if you want, Tanel can offer her plan, because that might help Halbarad.
Go for it.
Okay, with that information, let me just back up a little bit.
Yeah.
We know that Arwen went to the paths of the dead for a reason. We have their king. If we can bring them to Gondor, we could have a foothold somewhere in the region that our armies could go to. I don't suggest bringing an entire army through the mountains, but a few of us could go there first and meet the rest of the forces there.
In 8 days.
In 8 days.
Don't be late.
Tanel genuinely smiles. I won't.
It is around this time Elrond looks at all of you, looks at Alatar, Glorfindel, Bilbo, who is, I imagine, passed out in fright because he wasn't about to do anything. Very well. Decisions have been made. Make your preparations.
So I'm going by myself. No one's gonna join me.
I
I'll
will
join
come.
you. Don't think the paths of the dead are for the mortals. So I think I will join you, my friend.
Eowyn, Theodred, and Eomer both look shooting daggers at you. Like, absolutely not.
I'll turn. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna look at Amor and be like, "What would you have me do?
Lead your people
Where?"
in a cavalry charge. If we
To
are to
Gondor.
die, I would rather die on horseback.
I'll bow apologetically and say, "It appears I must to Gondor."
And what if we've all been tricked? What if the wizards haven't fixed him? What if all of this is wrong? What if what you saw is wrong? Does no one here see reason?
Would
There are
you
powers.
My God.
Yes.
Would you rather run, or would you rather die fighting? Because I know my answer.
I will die in this battle. But I would see the rest of my people safe.
There is nowhere safe anymore. There is no safety in Rohan, in Gondor, not even in the Shire at this point. There is nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to hold up and wait. I think this would have been the plan if Gwaihir was here or not. We still have... The intel hasn't changed. There's still objectives. There's still places we need to go. And the lack of communication with Gondor insinuates that we have to go there anyway. I and my companions were planning to go to the path of the dead, as it were, to recruit the forces of the damned. The plan has been set in motion before this council even started. This was merely an informing.
An informing of the enemy, it would seem.
Informing of our intentions. It's informing. It's not permission.
Make a persuasion check on that one. That was good.
Dan, where are we like right now? Like on the map?
On the map, you are
Tori.
done. Tori's got the map. All right, so you are in Rohan, in the
Okay.
south, at a
Okay.
place called Dunharrow, which
Okay.
is along the White Mountains, just I want to say east of Edoras and Helm's Deep. if
Cool.
I'm
Okay.
correct in that.
Why am I trying to I want to reach through and hold the map for you?
No, I'm trying to like help.
Yep.
I got a 20, which beats my token number by 8.
With a 20, Eomer looks at you and says, "Very well. We shall meet again on the battlefield."
We shall. It will be glorious, in death or victory.
Indeed. And go ahead.
Where does Beery stand?
After getting up and helping Grimbjorn to his feet, does Halbrad ask him this?
Yes.
Mhm.
You want to blow up a swamp or go to a graveyard?
Well, my friend, I feel like the clock is ticking a lot faster than both of those things allow. My place is with my friends at their side. I follow where they go. And if this is a goodbye, I mean, I can't even believe I said that word. I hate those. Let them not be named. But this might be where we part ways. I have a princess to save.
It is a
I
long.
hope, well, I hope she's in another castle. That's goodbye. I do a little what's it called? Rocky handshake with the forearms.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. Like glistening pectorals or whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
Dylan.
Well,
This isn't goodbye. This is, we're gonna meet up. We have a little errand to run, and we'll meet back up for a great and heroic battle at the end of all this.
I am so tired.
Don't pass out on us yet. There's a lot of work to be done.
What of this device?
I can't make heads or tails of it. But our little chap, Bilbo, yeah. If I can leave this with you, and you could spend some time deciphering these runes, by the time I return, then maybe I can make some sense of it.
Yes, of course. I'd be happy to.
Greatly helpful. And he looks to Tanel and Hal. I don't know anything about ghost stories or these cave systems or whatever. Are we gonna come back this way?
I believe we're going straight through to Gondor.
We will
Oh,
be
we're
going
through
through
the
the white.
mountains.
We will be going underneath and through the White Mountains.
Oh,
But
Elrond is going to pipe up right now and say, if we are able to summon the dead, it would be at the Stone of Eric, through the pass. Whether or not we come back through again here, or take the passage by the river, will be a decision we make then.
My lord, you have the sight. Do you not perceive your daughter and sons?
They have passed beyond it, but I am coming with you. Glorfindel will lead in my stead. And Glorfindel gives a quick nod.
though, Biri, I don't believe that you wish to have it where an elf shall go underground and a dwarf dare not.
I'll never hear the end of it.
So I'm so proud of you because it wasn't the actual quote, so I'll allow it. Well done. Well done.
So this is the can I have a private moment with Tanel?
Sure.
Oh,
Everybody chill out. I wait till everyone is suiting up and doing all of their stuff, getting their things. And I walk over to Tanel and I just extend my hand.
She takes it.
And when she takes it, I kind of like grab her in close and just whisper in her ear, I would have followed you into the fires of Mordor. Very good.
I would not ask that of you.
That's the thing. You don't have to ask. Just don't be late. And I walk away.
And that is where we are going to end tonight's episode of the Unpredicted Party.
Oh, man.
Jeez.
Tank, Justin, and Katie, thank
Oh.
you for joining us in this ridiculously chaotic, completely unexpected portion of whatever the hell this was.
Listen, we know we at least need to see Eowyn again because she and Tanel have not kissed yet.
Yeah, that's very true.
I was going to say, canonically, Eowyn was watching all that happen, and then to herself, she goes, "Get in line, bitch."
This is not the vibe. You know what? I bet the chat is probably going very wild. But
No,
Yeah.
this is no.
I love
It's
this. I love
The
this.
chat-
Keep it
chat
together,
hates
chat.
everyone.
yeah, that's
That's
true.
true.
That's
It's
true.
literally
Yeah.
everyone.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
what are you talking about? We're gonna see all these people again, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Better.
So obviously.
You know,
We're
I
dead.
never expected to have a spin-off episode, but oh my
Yes!
god.
Just hands.
Yes.
Justin,
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Their
Yes.
Slayer party right
If
here.
you
Yes.
listen, we started with 3 people in the party and now We've got
Now
an
we're
extra
12.
3. Yeah.
Fellowship of the Web? How does that work? Like, what's happening?
Not know. Oh my god. All right. Talk to you all later. Katie, great seeing you again. Thank
Bye.
you
Love
for
you all
joining
so
us.
much.
Love you guys.
Anything to
Bye.
say? Anything to say as your last sort of like thing here?
Oh man, that's
well,
so
Well, not last, not last.
That's so
just last for now.
stressful.
immense pressure to be cool. Thanks for having me. This has been such a joy. Follow me on my socials. Okay, bye.
Bye. Thanks for breaking my
Bye.
game. Bye. All right.
Oh.
See you all on Patreon for the Unpredicted After Party. Bye-bye.